Ole, 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 oh. Okay, all right. Wrong program. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Focus on You with Phil and
Me.
Oscar. What's up, Oscar De La Renta?
Good. Getting some last minute messages out there before I concentrate 100% on what I'm supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to be doing?
You use 100%? You sure about that?
Nah.
Exactly. Well, we have a great program here for you guys today. All right. But first, we're going to go through a few things, preliminary stuff, like our app. We are doing some awesome things with the Phoenix National Network app. If you don't have it, download it today. You really need to download that app because we have some really awesome things coming up there that you don't want to miss. We're going to talk a little bit about our event in June, our anniversary event for Phoenix National Network, and a program that we produce called the Bishop's Corner. It's going to be excellent, exciting, and we want to invite everyone to come and join us. So that's it for that. And then we have a special guest for you. Okay. Who's our guest, Oscar?
Our guest today is Drew Deraney. And I will give you a whole his business, I can't even start to tell you. He's got so many irons in the fire, so many things that he can help people with in different directions. I don't know where this conversation will go today, but we'll get it started and see where he wants to take it. You know, we'll just finish off whatever he's going to lead with today.
All right. Awesome. I can't wait to hear what Drew has to say. So we're going to get started. Here we go. Get ready to download the app today. Hi, my name is Phil, and I am the president and CEO of Phoenix National Network. Question: are you missing all the shows on Phoenix National Network? Well, I tell you, not anymore. Download the app today on your Apple, Android, cell phone, or mobile device. Catch all your favorite local programs from all your local entrepreneurs and churches. It is nothing to miss. Download the app to learn more just by typing in Phoenix National Network on your app or Droid store. Click below for more information, and we will see you on the platform. Don't miss it. It's there for your benefit. Hi everyone, my name is Philip Reed, and I'm the president and CEO of Phoenix National Network. I'm so proud to celebrate the second year of the Bishop's Corner on June 10th and 11th of this year. And we're going to be having a wonderful concert of celebration with Dwight Strouder and his team, and it's going to be a wonderful time. I want to invite you all to join us. The details for this event will be shown at the bottom of the screen. So if you are interested in coming out on June 10th for the concert, you can reach me at 914-297-7624 for more information. Also, this is going to be a great 2-day event. That is 2 days. So we have hotels. Okay, so I had to cut that end of it because we had to make some changes on day 2. So we won't have to put that out there now. We're just going to let you know that on day 2, we're going to be having a family fun day on June 11th. Bring your kids, bring your grandkids. We're going to have games and free food. Come and eat all you want to eat, and just meet some great people. But between 6:30 and 7:30 on that Friday, June 10th, we're going to be having a networking event, also like a meet and greet where you can meet some of our podcasters that are on the Phoenix National Network, and you can also get a chance to network with some of our viewers as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Oscar Capel will be there. He'll be taking autographs, right, Oscar?
I want everyone's autograph that I meet there. Yes.
Or be giving autographs, one of the two. All right. So don't miss it. June 10th and 11th. Mark the calendar. We'll be giving away $1,000 to the person that is registered before the end of this month. June 1st is when that ends. So if you haven't registered yet, yeah, you're going to be there. Be there, be square. All right, $1,000 is no small change.
If you're going to see the show, buy the ticket.
Buy the ticket, or you could go to thebishopscorner.live and purchase your tickets there. Okay, now we have the feature for today. Bum, 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 bum. I need music, Oscar. I have to make my own music.
You're the Wizard of Oz behind the scenes there with all the buttons.
Click, 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 click. You know what? I need to do that. I'm going to get a music button just to press and hear music in the background. But in the meantime, everybody's going to have to suffer with my sound effects, verbal sound effects.
I'll bring a kazoo next time.
That's cool with me. All right. Introduce the guest for me, Oscar, please.
I'm going to introduce Drew Durrani, and like I said, he's got so many things, but I'm going to give him a softball and introduce him as a strategic partner with Schoolie Mitchell. Schoolie Mitchell will increase your profit by reducing expenses. And here's the win-win. If they can't save you money, there's no fee. That's what I believe he told me. But we'll check on that and see if that is the truth.
All
Drew,
right.
where are you hiding?
Oh, I was backstage. I was enjoying your preview of everything. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, the great thing, Drew, is that when Oscar and I first met each other, we met each other in cartoon form.
Okay.
And we've been cartoons ever since.
Well, you guys do a very good job of that. I guess if I was a cartoon, I'd be the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
That would be.
I was picturing myself as Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do see like roll a lot. So.
See, I think we're giving away our age, totally giving away our age. So, Drew, it's great to have you on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and I definitely appreciate you guys, and I'm so happy I got to meet Oscar. You talk about being grateful. I do have a gratitude journal, and I told him yesterday that he was going to be one of my 3 things I was grateful for today. So it's in my journal, Oscar.
Let's see if I stay on the list by the end of the day.
You'll be there.
You'll be there. You'll be there for sure. Absolutely. Oscar is a gift to mankind. That's what I will say. But Drew, we're here to feature you and the great things that you offer with your business. But tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Absolutely. I've had a long, winding road to where I am right now, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But what I do have to say, what defines me really is the fact that I'm a father of 3, and my children they keep me going. So I've been defining my why or my purpose or what gets me out of bed in the morning. I've been working on that for 53 years. And what I realize now is my role in life is to become the best version of myself I can possibly be. And the reason why that's important is in order for me to raise 3 wonderful children, a daughter and 2 sons, Emma, Nicholas, and Matthew, I have to be the best version of myself if I can help them be the best version of themselves. And you know, and this was probably in me my whole life, because I did enter a world of service. I was in the healthcare field, hospital field, for 24 years, and always trying to find my purpose. And I realized that it was about giving back to people, because the more I can give, the more they can become. And so now, after I left healthcare and bought my franchise, Schooley Mitchell franchise, I'm helping businesses, increase their profits by reducing their expenses. So for me, I'm helping them improve their financial health. And it still wasn't enough, guys, because when you're working in the hospital arena, whether you're clinical, I worked in operations, but the last half of my career was in patient advocacy. So I was by patient bedsides, talking to the patients and the families, and really trying to understand what their needs were, because the whole goal was to reduce their anxiety and their fear. And in order to navigate the plan of care in a hospital, you have to understand where the patients and families are coming from. And that all has to do with communicating with empathy. And I miss that. And so, yes, I'm doing something for the community and helping businesses, improve their bottom line so they can take that money and reinvest it in their organization. I still wanted to do more for the human beings. So I was looking for another business under my umbrella. My company's Profit Compassion, for obvious reasons. It's a play on words, but we all profit from being compassionate. And I still needed to get back in the health and wellness space. So I did stumble upon a biotech company called ASEA. It's in the health and wellness space, and they're doing some amazing things in helping the body heal healthy. So with that, I'm able to give back to people, try their health. And so now it's a full package under Profit Compassion to help others become the best version of themselves. I can help businesses improve their financial health and individuals improve their personal health. So I feel I'm close to coming full circle and doing what I need to do. The last piece of the puzzle is the book I'm writing that's supposed to come out in July. It'll be a self-help book for men. And basically the last 7 or 8 years of my life, I developed the content for that book. So that's where I am right now.
So you've been put through the ringer. So everything in the book is, I know your story. So everything in the book comes from digging yourself out of a hole and just like, okay, why isn't there a manual out there?
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I have to write this manual.
Yeah, absolutely. I have the uncanny knack of stumbling upon 3 or 4 of life's top life stressors at the same time. And there was an 18-month period where I thought I was at the pinnacle of my life, where I didn't realize things were going to start to crumble. I had been separated from my wife since 2015, and the divorce was final in April of 2018. So the official final divorce was the first top life stressor that happened. But my life was on the upswing. I had my 50th birthday on October 6th of 2018, and I threw myself a birthday party. My family was there, my friends from middle school, high school, college, people from town, my kids and my kids' friends, my parents. I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic. About 13 days after the birthday, I got let go from my job at one of the hospitals I was at. I reported a HIPAA violation, and it was the right thing to do. And 2 weeks later, I was told they needed to do a leadership change. So, I walked out, and I realized that I love the hospital industry, but it is a different industry from when I initially went in. And I realized the closer I moved to the top and all the places I worked for, and I don't think it's just isolated to healthcare. I think it's corporate world in general. The closer I got to the top, the more I got in trouble for doing the right things, guys. And my integrity is the most important thing to me, my legacy, my reputation. And when you find yourself working in organizations where you have to compromise your principles on a daily basis, where you have to try to align with with what that entity believes you should be, it's a struggle. And I think for years, I didn't realize I had the entrepreneurial mind in industries that frowned upon entrepreneurs. And I realize now why I kept getting in trouble. I like pushing the envelope. I like to be innovative. I like to do the right thing for the people I'm working with. And sometimes you do have to push the envelope. Sometimes you do have to step out of your comfort zone. And when this happened, I didn't realize at the time, but the universe was telling me it was time for me to move on. So after that happened, I was resigned to the fact that I didn't think I was going to go back into healthcare in that arena. I wanted to start my own healthcare consulting company to really help patients and families and caregivers navigate the whole plan of care. And then something really difficult happened. My middle son, Nick, and I'm not going to get into too many details, but he had a crisis of the heart. With children, the youth now, there's a lot of things going on. Life is moving so fast, and they don't have a lot of experience to lean on for help to be helpful or have hope. Something happened, and I needed to be with him all the time. So we had to get him help, and I found myself with him 24/7 from October 19 until December 8th, when we finally got him the help he needed. And I realized that the universe, because I wasn't willing to leave healthcare and do it on my own terms, universe pushed me. And I'm grateful that what happened to me in that last job in healthcare, I'm glad it happened, because I was able to be with my son physically and emotionally and mentally 24/7. And I told him, my job as a dad for you, Nikki, is to keep you safe. And thank God he's doing much better now, but that was a major impact. And one of the things that he said to me, that, Dad, when I'm here, trying to get better, I hope nothing happens to my grandparents, meaning my father and mother. As he was up there, my dad,
Am I frozen or is Drew frozen?
ended up yeah, I'm back. Yeah, there's an internet connection. But basically, my dad, it was on December 23rd and mid-January, January 13th of 2019, my dad passed away. He was a healthy man, and it just happened. And my son was up there, away when that happened, and that really affected my son. So within that 18-month span, guys, I had the divorce, job loss, issues with my child, and the loss of my parent. And I realized that I could either take the hits and go down and give up, or I can take the hits and get back up, because I had 3 young people who were looking at their father and wondering how are they supposed to behave. And so because they had to emulate their dad, I kept getting up, and I knew that I always wanted to write a book, and I was starting to think I want to write it on resiliency. Little did I know that my whole life was going to be the content of the book. And what I realized is society frowns upon men showing their vulnerability. We're told it's a weakness to be vulnerable. And on the flip side, women who are assertive and push forward, they're called the B word. It's like, and I think it's wrong. And now there's one factual thing: the difference between men and women is we do think differently. The brain works differently. We need to acknowledge that we are different in terms of how we think. We also have to acknowledge that we need to understand how each other thinks. And so if a man shows emotion, I believe it's a strength. And that's what the book is going to be about, is kind of like the Drew of 2022 helping the Drew of 2015. What do I know now that I didn't know then, that I can now find the man of 2022 who need my help and help them navigate through their plan of care? Because I made so many big decisions out of emotion, and that is probably the worst thing we can do. I'm a firm believer, and it's going to be the cornerstone of really the book, is that when making a decision in life, yes, the heart has to have some say in it. The gut has to have most of the say, because usually the gut we're 0.9% correct, but you also have to allow the brain to be the editor of the book you're writing. So it really needs to be a combination of your heart, your gut, and your head, and that's hard to do when you're in the heat of the moment and you think nothing can go up. Things can't get better. So I'm a work in progress now, guys. I'm evolving, and I don't know where the book's going to take me. I'm not doing it because it's not going to make me money. I don't want that. I have to get the word out there that guys are allowed to use emotions, and we're going to take hits, but we need to get back up and self-advocate. And the better we can do that, the better we can help others. So I'm in this to make me the best version of myself so I can help others become the best version of themselves.
That is, I thought that's where you were going to go with this. That's why I rolled it out. It's like, I'm not going to give any details because I know a lot of the details you spoke about, and it's amazing. You're sitting here, as calm and put together as you are with everything that went on. Joe Dispenza says that when we get the heart and head cohesion going, anything can happen. Get that in line, and everybody's either working from the head, they're working from the heart, and they're taking turns. But if they would talk to each other, it's like, all right, now it's a team. So it's that you said that get that heart head cohesion. It went right back to Dr. Dispenza saying, that's the way to do it, and it's a new science basically.
It really is. And one of the things I did educate when I got certified as an empathy trainer, communicating with empathy, is the heart communication. You think about when a patient gets a test done at the hospital and they're waiting for the results. The worst way to approach it is if a caregiver comes in and starts with the head and says, we just got the results of your test, and yes, you have cancer, or you have whatever.
You have 6 months to live.
I mean, and that unfortunately, I mean, it is a difficult conversation to have, but what I learned is start with the heart. You sit down by the bedside, you make eye contact, you smile, and you say, listen, no matter what the results are, we're here for you. We care about you. And we're going to take care of you. And we're darn good at taking care of you. And we did get the results back, and here are the results. And don't forget, you're not in this alone. You've got all of us to help you. So heart, head, heart. You start with heart because people know you care about them. And when they know you care about them, the blood pressure goes down, they get calm, and they're actually listening and hearing what you say. Then you deliver the not so good news. They hear it. And then you follow up with, hey, you're going to be there for them. And too often people start with the head, and it doesn't resonate with people.
No, but here, you know what though, because there is the projector and the receiver, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times we think communication is talking, but we're not thinking about the person receiving what we're putting out and how what we're saying can affect their world, right?
Yeah.
So now we're like, what you're saying in that situation is heart, head, heart is, you first of all, as an individual, I love what you're talking about, especially for men, because we don't realize that to be a whole person, you have to be aware of that all of who you are needs to be in sync. You need to be in harmony with yourself, right? Your mind and your heart, your spirit, all of it needs to be in sync so that you can function holistically.
Yes.
And when we ignore our emotional self, we're detaching from a very important aspect of being a man.
And I agree 100%.
And it's in the language, like, oh, I'm heartsick over it. Like, my heart isn't in it. And where does that come from? It's like, it's like you have two different types of brains. You have the logical brain, you have the emotional brain. Mm-hmm. And you got to get those two together. It's like, my heart isn't in it. Like, oh, I'm not doing it. Why? Because I'm emotionally detached from whatever it is. As much logic as it makes sense to do, to work in the medical industry. Mm-hmm. Your heart's not in it because you see the flaws. Mm-hmm. And one of the things you said is the higher up you go on the chain, the smaller that box gets that you have to color within that box. Mm-hmm. So you're down on the bottom, you can just color outside the lines all you want. Nobody's paying attention. But as you get up, there's like you can't say that, you can't do that. Now you're cubby hole in this tiny 1 by 1 inch box, and you need to color 5 inches on either side. We can't have you there. You need to, you need to follow the rules.
Yeah.
So everyone, stays in their place.
Yeah. And it's what I found very interesting, and I think a lot of people do this, is when I was in the depths of everything going on, you would think I would embrace the things that are always there for me. I mean, I stopped going to church. I stopped reaching out to those lifelong friends who were always there to support me no matter what. And for some reason, I don't know if it was self-pity, if it was the ego, it was the victim mentality or something, but my mindset said, shun all the things that protect you. And I was
I can do it myself. I don't need it.
I don't need it. And I would gravitate. I was drawing in toxic people and toxic information and toxic everything, which would just drive me down deeper into the depths of despair. And I can't even, I can't even tell you when my aha moment was, but it's just I decided at some point to start meeting people like Phil Reed and Oscar Capel, and the more I could, I really started to network across the country, actually the globe. I mean, I've talked to people in Australia and London, and you realize there are a lot more people like you than you think.
Then you realize,
oh my God. I mean, I sheltered myself, so I didn't see a lot of people like me, but now I've opened myself up, and I'm showing my vulnerability, and then I get to meet guys like you. So
your vibe.
Well, you know what? Yeah. Oscar says that all the time. He says that all the time, but it is so true. I found that as I change, I start attracting the people that are like-minded, like-hearted. And so it makes me think what I was attracting people in my life that were attracted to my dysfunction or to who I was as that person. And you kind of like say to yourself, man, I was that person. I'm attracting who I am. And so in order to change that paradigm, I need to change me.
Yep. It's amazing. You just mentioned the word paradigm, and that's something I talk about a lot too, because Joel Barker wrote a book called Paradigms, and he basically says you have to be both willing and able to have a paradigm shift. And I know now that I was able all along to do that. I wasn't willing, or I wasn't ready.
Right.
No.
Right.
And I think that's
ready.
Yeah. And it's when that willingness and the ability collide that you realize that's the aha moment. And it probably was when I started writing the book, because I have an editor who's working with me. It's been over a year we've been writing, and she told me I'm going to transform as a human being, because she told me she was going to ask me the questions that were raw 7 years ago. And it's interesting, since I have a different mindset and I've developed, and I'm a lot stronger now than I was even before I got married. I mean, when I'm describing something that happened 7 years ago, it's a different perspective. It may not have been reality at that time, but it's my reality right now, what my perspective is and my perception was 7 years ago. And that's the adaptation and the transformation that I'm feeling.
Absolutely.
And the funniest thing is the higher your vibration goes, the more you're able to notice the negative people and not let it affect you.
Yeah, right.
You're like, you need to keep that low vibration
to yourself.
There. Yeah, it's and there's something that I've learned like probably about 50 years ago. So there's an old Chinese proverb: if somebody has a present and they want to give it to you and you don't accept it, who does it belong to? It still belongs to the person that's trying to give you that present. Wow. So when I see someone coming at me with all sorts of, I'm just seeing they have this big box with a bow, and I'm like, not only am I not going to take that box, but it's going to be bigger and nastier by the time you leave me, because I don't need it. Thank you. You can take that back with you heavier than when you brought it in. I just don't need it.
Oscar, you know what's great about what you said is that when they're presenting it, it looks like a gift.
Right. It's like,
It looks
look
like
what I got
it,
for you.
yeah, it looks like
Ooh.
something you want to take, but as
The
you
old
kind of
me,
like,
the old me would have went, oh man, open it up, like, oh, now we can have a fight, because that's gloves, thank you, let's go.
Now-
It's like,
Beware of
now
the shiny object.
beware
here's
of the
bag, and here's
shiny
a bigger one you
object.
can take
Yeah,
with you.
absolutely.
And my
Quick question, Drew.
Yeah.
I mean, let me ask. I just want to ask this question before we end our program too. But Drew, do you find that the older you get, is the less room you have for things that don't fit, per se?
I'd say yes, and I'd say life is ass backwards. because I mean, think about it. We have children when we're at our youngest, where we don't have the experience and we're practicing on human beings. I mean, my God, I would love to be 53 when I have my first kid.
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely. Yep.
So yeah, as I'm getting older, I don't. That's like being divorced is not the worst thing in the world, because it wasn't right for me, and I don't regret any second of my past, because if I took away 1 second of my past, I wouldn't be sitting with you guys right now.
Right.
So yes, as I'm getting older, I know what I don't want, and sometimes it's more important and more powerful to know what you don't want than what you do want.
But now you know what fits.
Yes,
It's like it's now that I know what fits me and what doesn't fit me.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was younger, I thought I knew, based on where I was mentally. I was like, I am ready for anything.
Absolutely.
And I like it at our age. We have a shorter time span left. So to paraphrase Danny Glover, I ain't got time for this crap. It's like that's just I'm not gonna put the effort into fighting this. Go. I got better things to do, like take a nap or something, whatever. It's just not bothering me. No. It is. You get to that point where you things roll off. It's like, and you were talking about the ego before. It's like if someone insults you, they're insulting your ego.
Yeah.
And when you step back and say, those are words, they have no meaning. You might as well be talking to me in Lithuanian, because I'm not taking that present. It's why, whatever. That's your filter you're seeing me through, not me.
Yeah, it's been relatively recent where I'm able to say that's their issue, not mine.
Yeah.
That's
a you problem, not a me problem.
It's a you problem, not a me problem. Probably my biggest challenge right now is your least happy child, and I've got 3 children, and it's probably because I care. I talked to somebody the other day, and he said, Drew, it's probably because you care so much, because my dad didn't care about me, so I didn't feel that way. But I mean, my parents felt that way. I do. And sometimes it's a detriment, because I know I am my own person. And if I can get away from if I can be happy despite other things, then I can help my least happy child lift themselves up. And that's what I'm trying to get to, my friends.
But you know what? You're like so there, because I was saying to somebody today, I said, I'm learning the ability to remain grateful, no matter what anybody else is, like what Oscar was saying, no matter what anybody else is trying to put on my table. I have decided that I will not let anybody take away my attitude of gratitude. Right? Absolutely. Because it is your perspective that gets you to that next level. If you can't see, if you have a fogged up perspective and you're like negative about
what kind of perspective?
Fogged up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know what you heard, but but if negativity is going to be blocking you from where you're going, then you're not seeing clearly. And how can you get to where you're going if you're not positive about it? If you don't think that you're going to get there, you won't get there.
Right. Really, I mean, we each have to have that mantra that this is going to happen for me. And that's been a challenge for me too. You need to believe it. You need to tell yourself in the mirror every freaking morning, today's going to be an awesome day and I'm going to kick ass.
That's
and
it.
I don't do that. I don't do that enough. And I got to do it, because if we don't do it for ourselves, who the hell is going to do it for us?
What's funny? I was talking to Drew, and he said he started a gratitude journal, and a lot of people are like, what do I have to be grateful for? And like Drew's like, I'm grateful for toothpaste. It give me that. It's like, oh yeah, minty goodness in the morning. It could be that small. It was hilarious. But
yeah. No, but it's
run out of toothpaste.
I mean, really, I opened the window and I put, I'm grateful for oxygen. Just deep breath.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's even a small, I get up and I'm sitting on my bed. I sit on my bed for about a good 5 minutes. I just don't move. I just sit on the side of my bed. And I just say to myself, man, this is awesome. Right? I am not sitting outside in my car, or I'm not homeless. I have a wife and I have my child and children, and, I have people around me that care and that love me, and I love them, and the relationships are strong. I am grateful for all those things, because I could wake up one day and not have them. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I would still feel grateful because I woke up.
Because you woke up.
Right? I got feeling in my hands. I've got feeling in my toes. There's so many things that we could just wake up and start the day being grateful with.
Yep.
It sets the pace for the rest of your day.
It really does.
We should have Mr. Rogers' song on in the morning on a loop. It's hit it. It's like, it's such a great feeling to know you're right. Start the day with Mr. Rogers going, you're gonna have a snappy new day. And start off the morning with Mr. Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hurt.
But you know what, Drew? That's why we did the Phoenix National Network, really. Yeah, because we wanted to put positive messages out there, like something that's different than what we hear normally every single day.
Absolutely.
And that people can tune into and go, man, that made me feel better. Or this is what's going on, and I love this perspective. Like it's hopeful, not like it's the end of the world and there's somebody out there that's against you, that's going to, you're not focused on the negative. You're focused on the part of us that connects us. That's good.
Yep, absolutely.
There is a part of us that connects us. That's absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. And if we just focus on that, I think we would just have a more harmonious time, even in our differences.
Absolutely.
And the shows we do like this is to say, we're flawed human beings, and this is my flaw. And someone's go, oh yeah, I thought I was the only idiot that did that. Like, okay, there's another idiot that feels this way. Yeah. Let's make an idiot club. And now, it's like, and we can do that. Again, like, if a bunch of kids standing on the edge of a tall cliff in a pool, and it's like, who's going to jump? We don't know what's going on. When that first kid jumps, hits the water, comes out going, this is great. Everybody else jumps in. We're like the kids that jump off into the pool first or into the lake or whatever, and say, come on down. The water's fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So tell us, Drew, how can people reach out to you if they would like to talk to you more about who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. My cell is 201-739-2464. You can email me at drew.duraney@schoolingmitchell.com. I also have my personal email is drew@profitcompassion.com. You can email me there. I'll talk to anybody, because you never know who you can touch and who can touch you. And
Drew's punchline is been there, done that. Call me.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
you have a book as well, right?
Book's going to be coming out. I got a working title, which I'll say you should watch the movie Runaway Bride.
Okay.
Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. And you should pay attention to whenever the word egg is spoken, EGG.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the last scenes is Julia Roberts in her kitchen making eggs in a variety of different ways to choose which one is her favorite.
Wow.
There's a message behind that watching that movie. My editor said, Drew, watch this movie and I'm sure you'll get an idea what the name of the book's going to be. And I did. So just go watch that movie. And then when the book comes out, you'll be like, that's what he meant.
You got to break some eggs to make an omelet. Is that
that has okay? So you're gonna have to come back. You have to come back.
I would love
to. Please, we would love to talk to you more when the book is out as well. All right, everyone. That is Drew, the only Drew, the one, the only Drew.
Been there, done that, Drew.
Thank God, my family's happy. You don't want to clone me, man. You don't want to be in my head for 24 hours. Forget that.
Oh man, that's Oscar's head. I don't want to be in Oscar's head for 24 hours. Are you kidding me?
When you hear me quiet, it's because I don't know if the voices are coming from you guys or from the ones in my head. So
I'm with you.
That's the difficult part right there. But thank you guys for watching. Drew, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us.
We just scratch the surface. Drew can go with like I said in the beginning. I don't know where we're gonna go, but we're gonna leave a lot of stuff out. So
we might need to have him on again. We might need to have him on again. I don't see why not. I mean, I love how he talks about stuff and would love to hear more of it. So. Finish that book quick.
I will. Working on it.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again next week. Take care.